This is a paid presentation on News Talk Radio, 580 CFRA. Now, back to 580 CFRA's Experts on Call. Here's Norman Jack.
And welcome back to Experts on Call. With me until the top of the hour from MR Kitchens, Guy Bianchi and Colleen McKinnon. If you've got any questions at all about revamping your current kitchen or maybe installing a new one in a home you're having built, you can give us a call at 521-TALK. That's 521-8255, star 580, a free call on the Bell Mobility cell, or 1-800-580-CFRA, toll-free outside the local calling area, 1-800-580-2372. Now, if you need to get a hold of them, you can also give them a call at 225-5555. That's 225-5555. You can drop by their Great Orleans showroom as well, 2131 Saint-Joseph Boulevard in Orleans. It's located between Jeanne d'Arc and Orleans Boulevard. And Guy, a little bird tells me that people out in the West End may soon not have to drive all the way out to Orleans to see a showroom.
Yeah, that's true. It was already in the plans that we were going to open another showroom in 2014, and we already have the place secured. And in the spring, we'll be opening a showroom in the area of Merivale and Hunt Club.
Ah, okay. So we should look for the MR Kitchen sign to be going up pretty soon if it's opening in April.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Colleen, let's talk a bit about other renovations because, you don't necessarily want to just do your kitchen in isolation. I mean, as you were saying, people start coming in about 20 years or so after the kitchen was built or was last done saying it's time for an update. And by that time, it's probably time for an update to the powder room and the bathrooms and, the front entranceway and things like that as well. Yeah. You guys at MR Kitchens can wrap all of that into one project, correct?
Yes, we can. And what's nice about those little sort of side projects, whether it's an entranceway or a mud room, laundry room, a lot of times maybe a contractor won't want to, it's hard to pin them down to take a small project like
right.
that. So, when you're doing your kitchen, which is a big major project, you want to think about, tacking on those extra little projects as well.
Now, when you do that, though, you're getting a better deal, I would think, too, in terms of having them come in to do one separate project at a time.
Yeah, that's right. And, you're getting that plumber in once and you're getting that electrician in once and, and ourselves as well. Also, when you're doing your countertops, you're doing granite or quartz, there's usually a template fee involved where they come and do a template
right.
to get the exact measurements and so they can have the machines cut the countertops. If you're doing a full kitchen and 3 bathrooms, they're going to have a one-time template fee. If they're going to come out 3 different times, you're going to have 3 template fees.
Right, exactly. Okay, let's go to the phones now and talk to Lillian out in Orleans. Hi, Lillian. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How can we help you today?
I had to have a backsplash replaced. It was the stonework, the small tiles, and they replaced it with the glass small tiles. But I'm finding that the edges at the end and at the top are all jagged as if it wasn't cut. It's all chipped like. And then where they put a trim of metal, you can see the grout coming through as if there's little splashes of grout coming in from the ends. And I'm being told that's normal because glass can't be cut straight. It's always going to be jagged on the edges unless you have a really expensive laser cutter. But it just doesn't look good.
What part of the tile is it jagged on? Is it where the ends are?
Yes, the ends and the ends that meet underneath the cupboard.
Okay.
And then the ends that are at the end of each wall.
Yeah.
If it's glass, though, can't you polish glass?
Well, you need a special tool. Instead of using carbide tools, you need to use which is diamond blades in order to cut glass to do a good job. And it's also workmanship. And if it's done right, usually we don't have those issues.
And at the ends, is it, sorry, what was your name?
Lillian.
Lillian. At the ends, did they use what's called schluters on the ends? It's like a little, it's either plastic or metal trim on the ends where they
It's like a metal, because what they did, instead of removing the original backsplash, they apparently glued this onto a sheet and then just put it over top of the existing backsplash, glued it on there.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Lillian, that's really not a professional job.
No.
You had done there.
I'd call them back and complain.
I would.
Okay.
The proper way to do that would be to remove the whole, the old before putting the new on.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because it just doesn't look. There's too many areas that are jagged, and the grout is coming through, like bleeding through almost.
It's almost like they didn't let it dry before they put it up.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought, but I said I'm going to ask the experts, because I have never had the glass backsplash, but I am really disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, there should be no jagged edges on the glass. There's no reason at all they couldn't have even used polish to smooth those edges off.
Okay.
You know, people do that with glass all the time, and there's no reason they shouldn't have done that.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, Lillian, take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, see, that's what happens. You got to call the pros at MR Kitchens to get that thing done, especially with something like glass, because, I mean, lots of people, as Lillian does, love glass in their kitchen. It's got to be the right kind of glass, and it's got to be glass that's professionally cut and installed, essentially.
Well, it's the same thing about everything in renovation. There's a lot of there's a lot of companies doing renovations, and you have to check them out to make sure that the quality of the work is there. So don't hire just anybody because the price is cheaper. You have to make sure that they do quality work.
Yeah, and if they don't, complain. You know, that's the way people get around.
Yes.
You know,
a lot of times it's too late.
Yeah, that's true enough.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true enough. Let's go back to the phones now and talk to Cheryl from here in Ottawa. Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. How can we help you today?
I'm thinking about redoing my kitchen. I'm just sort of in the very beginning stages, and I'm just wondering if you can tell me what the difference between your cabinets and cabinets that I would get from a big box store or a home renovation kind of store, like a hardware store.
Okay.
What's the advantage?
Well, the advantage is you're dealing directly with the manufacturer, and that means a lot because all these big boxes, they sell very nice products, but they buy it from companies like us, and they buy it from the company they can get the best price. And next month, they might change to another company. So if you ever have any service issues, then they redirect you to the company, and then you're a small number. And then you have to deal with somebody who doesn't want to deal with you. The other thing, too, is for them, it's all about price. So it's all about making sure that they make their profit margins. So anything that they can cut in the quality, well, they will in order to get the best price. So that's one of the major differences between dealing with a manufacturer and dealing with a big box.
Well, and Cheryl, that brings up a good point, because if they change manufacturers, for example, as Guy mentioned, you might not find the replacement parts. If you need replacement parts or a replacement cabinet or door or hardware are going to fit the same way.
Or a lot of times, like, people want to add to their kitchen. You know, it happens a lot where people do renovations in stages because they don't have the budget to do it all at the same time.
Right.
And then they go back and, well, sorry, we don't deal with that company anymore, so you can't have it.
Yeah, it's not there to get in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing with the difference between what the big box stores will offer compared to us is at those stores, you're going to get sort of standard, typical sizes, where with us, we maximize every inch of your kitchen without a lot of fillers and gaps, and give a more professional finish.
So that'll get you looking at their website.
It's all custom made for your kitchen. And the problem we have is a lot of people think that because it's custom, it's more expensive. And that is not true. Every kitchen we build is custom, but because of the machinery we have, it's all computerized. It doesn't make it more expensive.
Okay, so that should give you a chance to get down and take a look at their showroom, Cheryl.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks very much for the call. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's an interesting point, maximizing all the space available these days. Are you seeing more people who are getting cabinets hung on the walls of their kitchens that are going, finally, right up to the roof?
Yeah, most people want to maximize every inch because a typical, most people say, oh, my kitchen's so small.
Yeah.
I wish I could have a bigger kitchen. And, maybe we can't give you a bigger kitchen, but we can definitely maximize the space and make better use of it. The other thing about, us compared to the box stores is, we do have professional kitchen designers
Right.
that are trained and experienced to help you through that process. It is a lot more involved than people realize until you start getting into the process. You don't realize. And the other thing is, we have a nice, quiet, beautiful showroom to come in, and we'll even offer you a cup of coffee.
Soon 2 showrooms too. Once
Less
the new one
stress.
is open up. Oh, 3 are coming?
Yes, of course, because we have one. The first showroom
Got the
is
original one.
the original one in Vars.
Right.
The
And-
second one on Saint Joseph Boulevard in Orleans, and soon in the
Out
West
my way
End.
in the West End. Won't come too soon for me, because that's for me. I live out in the very west end of town, so it's or the southwest end of town, so it's a long haul to get out there. So I'm glad to hear that you're moving out to the West End as well. When people go out there, and this is one of the things that intrigues me, is this gives them a visual sense of not only what their kitchen may look like, because you've got the kitchen's all set up, fully equipped, but it lets people come out and essentially kick the tires of the whole situation. Look at the quality workmanship of the cabinets themselves. That to me is a really important part, because, some people, you may say, well, we build drawers with dovetail joints on them. Nobody's going to know what the difference is until they actually get out there and see the difference that the quality is making.
That's right. They can actually see the full kitchens, full working kitchens, and typically, like I said before, we have most of the standard cabinets that we manufacture. So when we go through the drawing of your kitchen, we can show you one of every cabinet that you have in your kitchen.
Okay, we're going to take a break here on Experts on Call. If you've got any questions at all about kitchen renovations, now's the time to give us a call. You can talk to Guy Bianchi or Colleen McKinnon from MR Kitchens. Check out the website, mrkitchens.com. They've got a showroom out in Orleans, 2131 Saint Joseph Boulevard. You can also give their office number a call, 225-5555, 225-5555. More from Guy Bianchi and Colleen McKinnon of MR Kitchens right after this.
There's more Experts on Call in a moment on News Talk Radio 580 CFRA.